Just made another one.
Huh? Packing the mail, it's gone.
Shit. I just got all over my laptops and camera. See how weird I had to open it, like my hands, to get that angle? I'm just like... I don't really drink a whole lot of soda, but this is probably the best soda on planet Earth. It's, I only drink it in the summer, but it's really hard to find where I live. If you have a Walmart that carries Pineapple Crush where you live, let me know where you live. I will look up that Walmart and buy them out of it on their website. So, yeah, just... thank you. Today we're talking about 5 reasons you can't bar spin. And the number 1 reason that's not actually on the list is because the trick's pretty damn hard. It took me maybe a year to land it, and it was the trick that I wanted to learn the second I stepped foot on a BMX bike. I was like, bar spins, they're clean, they're flowy, they're consistent, they look super cool, and they look fun. Just the whole of just going in the air and just boop. That's all I wanted to do when I first got on my bike. And now that I've learned it, it is all that I do. I'm not gonna make a how to bar spin because I've made a bunch of those. The difference between a how to bar spin and this video. This is 5 reasons you're screwing up. 5 reasons that you're also kind of like 5 tips to help you land the bar spin. All right, so number 1, we've got you're not pinching. You need to be pinching, and some people don't understand what that really means. So when I mean pinch, a lot of people think raise your seat and squeeze it with your knee. Not only do I mean raise your seat and pinch your knees, for me, like, this doesn't really make any sense. Like, pinching your seat, I don't actually pinch my seat. It's either my kneecaps are touching and my calves are like not even, they're just hovering slightly beside the seat. I can't really just rely on that. I actually don't rely on that. When I first learned bar spin, what I did is I rode on my crank, so if this makes sense. So I ride left foot forward, so my stance is like this. I would put my heel under the crank and on the back foot my toe under it, so I'm completely hugging the cranks. Not only am I doing that, my feet are closer together, so it's also hugging the actual frame and the seat, so your bike is completely locked. That is what I mean by pinching. Not just like your calves and your knees. I'm talking about everything. You gotta pinch at the base, which is your feet, so pinch your cranks just like that, and your whole bike is gonna stay there. And then everything besides your feet, that's your foundation. Everything else is just, that's just kind of adding on to it. So that's the number 1 thing. You gotta stay pinching and pinch the whole time. Don't pinch, go up, throw, and then get distracted and lose your pinch, because then your bike's gonna go everywhere. And that throws us into number 2. I should say that brings us into number 2, throwing it away. You're literally, you've got the pinch, you're up, and you go to toss it, and you just throw it away from you. Because it's scary, you don't want it to hit your knees. As long as you're pinching and you're in the correct form, which we will talk about at the end of the video, so stay tuned for the whole thing, your bar end is never gonna hit your knees. The only time it's gonna hit your knees if you start doing like crazy 1 bars or like learning it like a nollie bar or something. But as for straight bar spins, if you do the correct form every time consistently, theoretically it's never gonna hit your knees, so you don't even have to worry about that. But people do, and they throw the bike away. They hop up, they're pinching, and they just throw it away because they don't want it to bounce up and hit them. They don't want it to do whatever that they're afraid of. A lot of people don't even realize they're doing that. That's the thing. A lot of people, they do it and they just are like, why am I not landing it? They don't even notice the whole them psychologically being freaked out and throwing the bike in front of them. They don't understand that, which is interesting. So it's always kind of good to keep that in mind. Stay pinched the entire time. If you're pinched the whole time, even if you try to throw your bike away, it's not gonna go anywhere. The bars are just gonna keep spinning right under you, so you just gotta put your hands back. All right, so number 3, they kind of, they figure out that they're throwing it away. They're pinching, they're not getting rid of it anymore, but it's still not quite, it's just not staying in place. Because like when you're on the ground and you toss the bar, you lift it up, you toss it, it feels like it should work, right? But when you go to actually throw it in the real time, it just doesn't do what it did when you're just playing with it on the ground. Another thing that I know that people don't even know they're doing is throwing down. That's a big thing. So there's obviously throwing it away, but you want the frame, the stem, you want your bike to be as still as possible. You don't want to be throwing down, you don't want to be throwing away, obviously. You just want to pinch and then just toss it, nice and easy. All you got to do is just toss it. Don't force it, because a lot of people, they'll go up and they kind of want it away from them, but they're not going to completely throw it away, so they're subconsciously throwing it down. So that means when they throw the bar, they're not bringing it towards them like they should. They're kind of bringing it down a little bit. So instead of this, they're doing that. So the bike is dropping and they have like a fraction of the time to throw the bar. They're throwing it down towards the ground like a spiral instead of hopping up, throwing it, coming down, they're hopping up, spiraling it back down and trying to land. Just take note, don't throw that down. If you throw it down, chances are it's gonna hit, it's gonna fucking break your teeth, it's gonna nap your sack, it's gonna do something nasty to you. It's definitely worse than throwing away. But throwing down, it's a little bit closer to actually completing the whole product, but it's dangerous. But that's how you know you're there. Number 4, bad timing. And these all kind of seamlessly go into one another. It's kind of a step-by-step. So make sure you keep watching the whole video, because at the very end, I'm going to talk about how you can evaluate yourself and pinpoint what you're doing wrong and how to fix it. You're trying to throw the bar, you just can't figure out when to throw it. Do you throw it on the way up so you have more time? Do you throw it on the way down so you're pinching? No, you want to throw it in between the two. This is your bike. You're hopping up and you're going to throw it halfway. As soon as you reach your peak, as soon as you're leveled out, that's the perfect time to throw it. You're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back. There's no like going up sensation, no going down. You're nice and easy, just like when you're sitting on the ground, tossing the bar. It's the same thing in the air. Up, you reach your peak, nothing's happening. It feels just like it's on the ground, but you're in the air and you toss the bar. So another thing with timing is people are trying to throw it way too early, so it gets away from them before they even have time to pinch. Or it's just they don't have time to throw, they're tossing it and just getting slammed by the bar or the ground because they don't have enough time. Make sure you hop, you gotta chill out with bar spins. That's the thing. When you're doing a bar spin, you gotta chill, you gotta relax. Hop up, level out, and toss the bar, then come down. That's all there is to it. It's just the timing. It's literally, you'd be surprised how many people I've seen just try to get it out of the way immediately or wait too long, try to get the perfect form and throw it on the way down. It's right, and it's a happy medium. It's a perfect balance, just like doing a nose manual or manual. And find your balance point with that. It's just up, peak, toss, down. That's all it is. So keep in mind of your timing. And number 5, the final tip I have is bad form. Now I'm not going to go too deep into this because the form would kind of be more like how to bar spin. It's like everything that you do to actually bar spin. So if you want to see that, I'll put the link in the description. Go check out the how to bar spin video. Go check out the how to bar spin video. But for just I put this on the list because you do need to keep it in mind. Bad form. I'm just going to run you through it real quick. Biggest thing you can do is pinch. Stay pinched. So when you're pinched, you pretty much got the form because your legs are out of the way, the bike's not going to move, and as long as your back parallel with the top tube of your bike, so that way the weight is even. So you're pinching, and then your back is going to be parallel with the top tube whenever you're at your peak, right when you're throwing the bar, and that's all there really is to it. So just kind of keep in mind of your form and actually how you throw the bar spin. You don't want to be throwing it down, up, weird. You don't want to be throwing it X up. You just want to throw it a nice bus driver towards you or a nice toss. So just keep that in the back of your mind every single time you do. Okay, so now I'm talking about all these tips that people don't know they're doing. Well, how do you know if you're doing it then? What you want to do is just get a friend or set your phone up in a tree, against a ledge, against a wall, whatever. Put it on a fucking I don't know. Just record yourself on a device that has slow-mo. You want to slow-mo it. So literally just your phone, just hand it to your homie, your mom, your dog, fucking tape it to its face. Just all you got to do is record yourself in slow-mo, do 3 bar spins. Hop up and toss 3 bar spins. So out of those 3, either you're gonna do 2 things. They're all gonna be the same mistake and they're all gonna be the same form because that's how you think you should bar spin, or you don't even know what's happening and you're doing completely different things every single time. But that's fine, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna watch this video and you're gonna study it. From the second your front tire leaves the ground, you're gonna be studying what your body's doing when you're throwing the bar, your form, every single thing, so you know exactly, are you a throwawayer, a throwdowner? Are you a non-pincher, a bad former? Do you have the worst timing? Like a bad joke, you just got shitty timing. Just really dissect the video and figure out which one of the ones you're screwing up on. It could be all 5. I've seen people screw up on all 5, but I've seen those people come around and land a bar spin, so it's definitely possible. The trick is it's not a hard trick. That's not the problem. It's just that there's a lot that goes into it. It's very simple, but it's not easy. So keep that in mind. It's simple, not easy. So between the how to bar spin video and the common tips and like the 5 reasons that you're not landing the bar spin, hopefully, I pray to God that you're gonna be able to bar spin now. Because if not, I need to be fired. I don't work anywhere. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying though. So hopefully you guys can bar spin. So hopefully this brought you guys some value. And if it did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so I know to keep making videos like this. Let me know in the comments below okay, maybe how-tos. I can make how-tos, but maybe more specific videos like this. Like 5 reasons you can't full cab, 5 reasons you can't tail whip, stuff like that. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the future versions of these videos. With that being said, my name is Greyson Roberts. Hit that subscribe button and check out the merch. I'm not wearing any right now. I actually just put this on because I was out by the pool and I just threw this on. So, all right, Boss Squad. Chaw, peace.
I need 10 so I can look at the snakes and poses. I need 10 cause bomb head is non-disclosure. I need 10 so I can live with a peace of mind without niggas taking a piece of mine.